When you set out to make a TV show, a comic book, a video game, a movie, whatever it is, and your first thought is about virtue signaling and the woke agenda and progressive identity politics, it's probably not going to work out for you, because what really you should be focused on is telling an entertaining story. And if you're doing something that's a pre-existing IP, you certainly should be looking to stay true to the lore and the heart and soul of whatever it is you're doing. And when it comes to Velma, as this tweet adequately points out, woke people ruin everything. This is the Scooby-Doo that everybody knew, that everybody loved, that everybody remembers. What's Scooby-Doo now? Well, one, Scooby-Doo isn't even in this, but you know that Velma's race swapped, Daphne's race swapped, and they kiss each other. That's the point that we've gotten to, but once again, this is what we see when people who don't care about the audience, who in fact will go out of the way to insult the audience time after time. This is what we see from them. Things like this and headlines like this. Velma pushes aside Dragon Ball Evolution to officially become IMDb's worst entry ever. Although Dragon Ball Evolution somehow was not actually the lowest rated IMDb title before this, we're going to get to what it is and what the list currently sits at, but certainly Velma has overtaken that. Velma is officially the lowest rated TV show, at least that I can find on IMDb, and according to their own projections, according to their own calculations. Velma's descent into the bowels of entertainment history is virtually complete after more than 22,000 one-star ratings on IMDb. Scooby-Doo inspired spinoff Velma has certainly made a name for itself as one of the worst rated animated TV shows of all time across multiple review platforms. Having already free-fallen down the audience approval ladder, well, we can look at that on Rotten Tomatoes, still sitting at a 6%. The critic score has actually fallen down below 50% as well, but certainly that 6% audience score, I don't know how much lower it can get than that. That's pretty freaking bad. But when we do look right here, you can see it's at a 1.3 on IMDb. And when you get the breakdown, that is a lot of one-star reviews. But if you've watched it, you can kind of understand why. And I'd like to point out, because some people were claiming only men are review bombing this thing, it's just toxic men. Well, when you look at these numbers, certainly men dislike it more than women, but women do not like this. Look at women. Under 18, a 1. 18 to 29, a 2.5. 30 to 44, a 3.1. And 45 or older, a 2.9. Those are the average scores for women. People despise this thing, regardless of their sex, regardless of their sexuality, and even regardless of what side of the political aisle they're on. But it certainly has taken a dive. Remember when we talked about Santa Inc. and how bad that was? How that was vying to be the worst rated IMDb show ever? Well, now we do have a list of the lowest rated TV shows of all time. Now, this was updated a couple years ago, so it might not be all encompassing. For instance, it doesn't include Santa Inc., but look at some of these numbers. A 1.3. A 1.3, Joban, Rosban, whatever the fuck that is, that was the lowest we'd seen. There's a 1.6, there's a 1.7, there's a 1.7. Well, guess what? Velma certainly goes to the top of that lowest rated list. This is pathetic. I wish I could say that this is unheard of, but unfortunately, like we saw with Santa Inc., like we see with some of these things, this is what happens. And these people, these streaming platforms, these people in Hollywood, in the entertainment industry, they continue to hire people who have no respect for the source material, no respect for the fans, no respect for the audience, and only want to put their agenda out there. They have to make it all about them, just like Mindy Kaling did with race-swapped Velma. And this show deserves every bit of criticism it gets, continuing to be an embarrassment, continuing to fall down the ratings, whether it's Rotten Tomatoes, whether it's Metacritic, whether it's IMDb. And the crazy thing is, there's only 4 episodes out. There's going to be more of this garbage coming out. Who knows what they're going to do next? Your guess is as good as anybody's. Let me know what you think about all this in the comments section below. Velma continues to be a woke disaster. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later.